up, everybody? Welcome back to By the Book Bonus Bets. And Meg, it's an exciting time of year.
It's my favorite.
It's great. I mean, March Madness is so cool, but the prelude to March Madness is the college basketball season starting. It is fully underway at this point, so why not give out some winners? How about a short shot and a long shot, and you start us off with a short shot to win it all.
Yeah, I'm taking the shortest shot as we bring up the odds board here. It's UConn at plus 750. I know it's hard to win back-to-back, but guess what? They did last year, and it's hard to win back-to-back-to-back. But guess what? Danny Hurley is returning to UConn for a reason, right? Otherwise, he'd be in Los Angeles coaching the Lakers. And guess what? We talked about this last year, at least I did. The fact that they lost Sanogo and Jordan Hawkins after their first national championship. Oh my gosh, they have to go back to the well. They're not going to be as good. Well, then Donovan Clingan was the best rim protector in all of college basketball. Yes, they lost him too, but they picked up a couple really good guys. McNeely is a massive pickup coming to UConn. And guess what? There's another player, and all of the players talking about Danny Hurley in the preseason. He's crazier than ever. They're saying he's more passionate. He's borderline more intense than he has been in previous seasons. So give me the odds-on favorite in Danny Hurley, because I do think there's a reason UConn is the favorite, and there's a reason here Hurley returned to UConn.
Yeah, Hurley, maybe the best college basketball coach. Yeah, he's a total psycho, and I think it works for his team. It works for his brand. Speaking of Hurleys, Arizona State played Duke just about a week ago, and Bobby Hurley, former Duke Blue Devil, got absolutely decimated by Jon Scheyer's Duke Blue Devils. That's where I'm going. It's the second shortest shot, but I really like the makeup of this Duke team. At plus 800, listen, it's not a sexy number, right? But I actually think there's some value in this number. They absolutely loaded up, not just with their recruiting class, but also in the transfer portal. Let's actually take a look at some of the players that are going to be key players for this roster. Obviously, you've heard of Cooper Flagg, right? You may not have heard of Malawach here, but Malawach played for South Sudan in the Olympics. He is an absolute force, 7'2", just turned 18 years old, has only been playing basketball for about 4 or 5 years, and in that exhibition game against Arizona State, the two-man game between Cooper Flagg and Malawach was a sight to see. Knipple is amazing, catch-and-shoot guy, big guy. We've got Malik Brown with a defensive presence, the transfer from Syracuse, and then we've got some veterans, right? We got Tyrese Proctor back. We've got Sion James from the transfer portal. This team is made up of new guys that can play right now and veterans that have been playing for Duke or for other teams. Really like Duke to win it all here at plus 800.
I will say this, because you talk about the plus 800 number. I have a quick little piece of advice.
Yeah.
If you don't love the 8-1, because obviously it's a short number compared to the rest of the teams and it's hard to win in March, wait on it.
Yeah.
Because this Duke team has an absolute gauntlet to start out this season. They have Kentucky, Kansas, Auburn is mixed in there early December. They're not going to win every single game to start out this season. Wait on it. Take this number in January before they start ACC play.
It's great advice, especially with the young core that they have. And I just mentioned Cooper Flagg's not even 18 years old yet. He can play like he is, but he's not 18 years old yet. Malawach just turning 18. Some of their key players going to need to grow. But here's the thing. I actually like that argument even more for my long shot. But for both of our long shots, we're sticking with the Big 12. You go first.
The best conference in college basketball, at least the deepest. From top to bottom, there's the most parity. It is hard to win in the Big 12, but we got to go to my alma mater in the Iowa State Cyclones. They're going to get it done eventually. Back-to-back years. 2 out of 3 of those years, they've gone to the Sweet 16. I love the intensity and the effort that head coach TJ Otzelberger brings to Ames, Iowa. This is a team that takes tremendous pride on the defensive end of the floor. And guess what? They're not going to get blown out. What they've lacked in offense basically means they're going to slow it down, muck it up. You will not see the Iowa State Cyclones get blown out basically by any team. And I want to bring up some of the key returners in my opinion, because Momcilovic, holy cow, he's huge. He returns for his sophomore season, but also Tamin Lipsey, able to dish it out, and Keyshawn Gilbert is a massive, important guard to this offense. And I mean it, the offense has struggled in years past, but like their defense makes up for it. So they're going to get over the hump. They went to the Sweet 16, narrowly losing to Illinois, a very good team last year. So I think eventually they're going to get over the hump, and they're playing in the deepest conference to get them ready to win a natty.
I actually love that argument, especially with, and I'm not saying Iowa State's a young team necessarily, but some of these younger teams having to go through the Big 12 gauntlet then get to March Madness and knowing that they have been tested like week in, week out. So I'm going with a team that I think is going to finish just ahead of your Iowa State Cyclones in the Big 12. I'm going with Baylor. I'm going with Scott Drew. I'm going with some of the guard presence for this. This is plus 2,200. Again, this is something you can wait on as well, because it wouldn't surprise me at all if this team doesn't gel until maybe 2, 3, 4 weeks into the season. Maybe you catch this at a 40-1 or a 35-1. Speaking of the Duke Blue Devils, though, Jeremy Roach now on this team. Jaden Nunn back with this team. VJ Edgecombe, a highly touted recruit on this team. It's a Rob Wright on this team. This is a guard lineup. It's a guard-driven lineup. I actually think it's going to present some matchup nightmares for some of these Big 12 teams or teams in general. I think Scott Drew is the type of coach to exploit that type of mismatch. And don't forget, they got Omier from the U. And this guy, they need that big presence to rebound, because they don't have a lot of big dudes that are going to be playing a lot of minutes. I think that's a big acquisition for them.
I agree. Norchad Omier was awesome last year. And I will say, it wasn't that long ago when the Baylor Bears were cutting down the nets and winning a national championship with Scott Drew. So I don't mind this play. I just love the Big 12. It's going to be so exciting. You got Kansas, you got Houston, no Jamal Shed.
Yeah.
It's going to be great.
Very interesting. Very interesting. All right. Well, that's our short shot. That's our long shot. Probably way more to come when it comes to men's basketball futures on Buy the Book bonus bets. You have to stay tuned to that. And of course, to Buy the Book Monday through Friday, every single
Monday through Friday.
Every single Monday through Friday, every single Monday through Friday at 5:30. Join us for all of it. See you soon, folks.